Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakudash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is a tribute to Elder Mayakaahla of the HODC. The elder passed, I believe it was sometime this week. I just got a call a little while ago, probably about an hour ago, from Elder Apostle Tahar. And he told me to do a little tribute, to the Elder Mayakaahla. And he said he may do something, a little later. He wasn't at the house. He was somewhere else. So he said, Lord's will, when he gets to the house, he would do a little something on it. Personally, I didn't know the brother that well, the elder that well. I mean, I've met him. I've been around him, both at One West and at the House of David. I've actually prayed, led the Sabbath service. I was nervous as shit. The Apostle Tahar threw me out there to do the Sabbath service. And I was, nervous, but I got through it. And I remember there were certain Hebrew words I couldn't remember, so I would say it in English. And they all kind of was getting on me. Say it in Hebrew, say it in Hebrew. And, the Elder Mayakaahla was one of them that I remember. So I remember him, but not that well as the other apostles. From what I remember, he was, always humble, down-to-earth brother from what I can remember. And pretty much he ran his course, He had a lot of afflictions and, ailments in the body, and pretty much, I'm sure that he was glad to leave that body and go back in the spirit world and be with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and be free of those chains of darkness that he was in. And the brother passed in the Lord. From what I know, he never turned his back on the Lord. He never spoke against the doctrine. I mean, I don't know every specific thing. Like I said, I don't really know him as the other apostles know him. But nevertheless, he's still an Israelite, and right now he's good. He's in a better position than we are, because he doesn't have to suffer all of this hell that's coming down. And it's heavy because we're in 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. We're about to come into some real turbulent times. And, he, I don't believe he was in the best shape to be able to deal with what was coming. So the Lord saw it fit, to call his spirit back home. So it gave him some rest. And, Lord's will, Lord's will, we make it out of here. We'll see the brother again in the kingdom of heaven. I'm sure he's going to visit, some of those brothers at the HODC in their dreams, to let them know he's all right. I know the brothers are mourning, but the brother is good. He's, he's in a better place. He's at rest. He's not suffering. And that's one thing about, the flesh. The flesh is selfish. You can have a person that's suffering, every day in and day out, they're in, extreme, excruciating pain. But just as long as they're still here, their loved ones are glad about it because they still get to talk to them, but don't realize that it's better for them to go and rest from all that pain and suffering because, the flesh is selfish, but right now, he's in a better place. He's good to go now. So I'm going to read a couple of precepts in honor and tribute to the elder. Like I said, from what I remember of him, he was very, he was a humble brother. He never did anything wrong to me. I can't speak for his, record, because like I said, I knew him, I've been around him, but I wasn't around him as much as the other elder apostles. But Revelation 14:13 says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead that die in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai from henceforth. And he died in the Lord. From what I know, he never turned his back on the Lord. From what I know, he didn't You know, he didn't denounce the names of Yahweh and Yahushai. He didn't denounce the truth, you know. He was there all the way to the end, you know. So blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors. So he's not only resting from his labors, but he's also resting from that pain that he was in, you know. One thing I know that he used to love that sweet ass Manischewitz wine, which was that shit was disgusting. I hated it. You know, it was too sweet for me. The medium dry was sweet as hell too, but you know I could tolerate that a little bit more than the other stuff. But that grape Manischewitz wine, that shit was like syrup. You know. But that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them, you know. So he died in the Lord and his works follow him, you know, just like they did with Elder Bivens, with High Priest Yaikwab, which passed before King Masha. Then King Masha also, the brother Elder Natba from the Indianapolis camp, you know, the Elder Mayakaahla. Then you had also the priest lawyer that passed. A while back, there was another brother that passed out of Cali. I forget the brother's name. The priest Zabak, he was very close with the brother. You know, he took it pretty hard. You know, but the brothers are good, and brothers know that. You know, but it's just it's just the flesh. You know, you're gonna miss the brother in the flesh, but you know, as I told the brothers in Indianapolis. Once the Elder Anatba went back in the spirit world, I told him, we lost a brother, but we gained an ally in the spirit, you know, because now they're up there rooting for us, you know. They're rooting for us, to finish this course and for the Lord to destroy this place, because they're constantly, see, we're down here, speaking to the Most High and praying to the Lord how long we're going to be here. And those spirits that went back in the spirit world, day and night, they don't stop. They're still speaking to the Father. How long, will you not, avenge us? And he said, the Lord told him that, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. This the book of Revelation, chapter 6, I believe it is. 9, and when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? See, so this is constantly going on. Remember, they're in the spirit now. They're not in the flesh. They don't get tired. And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest, yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. And then we come into the time of Jacob's trouble. And once the time of Jacob's trouble comes, you're going to still have some of the elect that's going to, die for the testimony, for denouncing and not accepting the MOTB. All right, so let's move on to the next precept, 1 Thessalonians 4:13. But I would not have you ignorant. I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, meaning those that are in the spirit world, that you sorrow not, even as others that have no hope. Right? Don't sorrow for them because they're good. Now you have Israelites out here that are alive, that are in perfect health, that don't even know about this truth, or that know about this truth and denounce the truth. There's no hope for them, unless they repent. But here it is, the brothers that passed in the Lord, they're good. They don't have to worry anymore. They're just sitting up there waiting for the Lord to raise them back from the dead and bring them into the chariots, change them, and then we'll follow. Lord's will we be the elect, we'll follow right behind, and and then meet them with Yahushua up, in the air. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, and that's the resurrection, even so them which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with him. See? For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. Yeah, because they're already good to go. They already finished their course. Their works do follow them. So all they're waiting for is for the reward to come back, and for the Lord to bring vengeance upon the earth on those that, that harmed us. Now, the scriptures speak about for the apostles and the prophets to rejoice in the fact that the Lord avenged us, on Babylon the Great when he destroys this place. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. See? So the ones that are in the grave are going to raise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, which are the chariots, to meet the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Yeah, so this is why the scriptures are known as a comforter. They give us comfort, that knowing that, yeah, they're gone in the flesh, but they're in the spirit, and we'll see them again. All right, next precept is Isaiah 57:1. The righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart. The merciful men are taken away, and merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. And the evil to come, which is the time of Jacob's trouble, is not going to be easy to deal with, and if you're in a situation where you're jacked up, unless the Lord sends healings, to, fully heal, it's going to be tough to deal with. It's tough to deal with, it's going to be tough to deal with when you're in a perfectly healthy body. So how much more if you had ailments? So the Lord takes these men away, because they were really jacked up in their bodies, and the Lord wanted to give them rest. So the brother's good. He shall enter into peace. See, they shall rest in their beds, each one walking in his uprightness. That's why in Revelation 6, the Lord told those spirits to just rest. So you're, to whatever has to be accomplished on your brethren is accomplished. All right. And the last one I give you is Philippians 1:21. For to me to live is Yahushua, and to die is gain. Why did he say to die is gain? Because no more suffering in the flesh, no more suffering in the mind, no more going off, no more sinning, no more negative thoughts, no more falling apart, no more heartaches, no more, no more anything. No more of the flesh, sometimes, getting an upper hand over you. Like the scriptures say, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. It says, but if we live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor. But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor. Yet what I shall choose, I what not. Yeah, because he wanted to do both. He wanted to go to the spirit world because he wanted to rest, but he wanted to be here to be able to take care of the brothers. So there was a hard decision to make. For I am in a strait betwixt two, having a desire to depart and to be with Yahushua, which is far better. Why? Because you have no more worries. Perfect. We don't have to worry about offending the Most High and Yahushua, or going off and falling out of the good graces of, for any little thing, any negative thought, or any wicked things that we do, or whatever the case may be, because we would be perfect in the heavens. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you, and that's what the Apostle Paul wanted. He wanted to be there to continuously build up the flock, because he knew there was going to come a time when he was going to depart back to the spirit world, and they were going to catch hell, and there were going to be men, even from among them, that was going to raise up and do a lot of wicked stuff and teach a lot of wicked things. And having this confidence, I know that I shall abide and continue with you all for your furtherance and joy of faith, that your rejoicing may be more abundant in Yahushua for me by my coming to you again. But the brother, the elder Mayakaahla from the HODC, he's good. He's in the spirit world. I was trying to find a picture of him, because this is HODC right here. This is their logo. And, that's Elder Banyamyan right there. And I thought I found one. This is Elder Banyamyan. But this is another brother. I remember him. But he kind of, I don't know. I don't believe that's Elder Mayakaahla. He kind of looked like him a little. But I don't think that's him. But I remember this brother's face. It was another brother, that was with the HODC. And I don't think this was Elder Mayakaahla. you know, but I could be wrong. But when I saw it, I said, oh snap, is that him? But I was like, nah, I think that's the other brother, you know, but he looks similar to this brother here. All right. So with that, you know, pray that your brothers have been edified. And like I said, it's just a little tribute to the elder. You know, he's in the spirit world and he's good now. He's not suffering anymore. So, shalom.